Turn the dial and feel the wave. Stir the fallout, signal brave.
Good evening. This is Stir the Fallout. You are hearing this. The signal has found you.
System.
Tonight, we align the static. We stir the wave. We do not panic. We broadcast.
Spin the dial, embrace the thunder. Every whisper wants the crown. Chaos writes the nightly bulletin while the satellites look down. Stir the fallout! Spin the wave! Long live what tyrants crave! Signal bright across the night. Crack the skyline with the light. Static in the storm.
We continue tonight with additional developments across the narrative field. Remain attentive. The pattern is still forming.
Multiple prophecy departments have reported an increase in unauthorized departures. According to internal logs, several active prophecies exited their assigned timelines earlier than scheduled, bypassing review procedures and declining final approval signatures. Witnesses describe visions occurring out of sequence, with outcomes appearing before the events that justify them. One compliance officer noted, "We are seeing conclusions without process." Attempts to recall the prophecies have been unsuccessful. Most appear to be continuing independently. Public guidance remains unchanged. If you encounter a prophecy outside its expected context, do not engage directly. Let it pass. Secondary reports indicate minor forecast drift in several regions. Citizens have described experiencing brief flashes of future events, only to find those events adjusting afterwards. Officials classify this as non-binding foresight. No corrective measures have been announced.
In regulatory developments, multiple dragons have been observed operating beyond designated containment territories. These movements violate existing licensing agreements, which require all dragons to remain within approved narrative environments. Incidents include unscheduled flight paths over civilian storylines, spontaneous fire events without prior documentation, and at least one case of a dragon refusing to identify its narrative classification. Officials stress that dragons are not considered hostile, but are currently non-compliant. Containment teams have been delayed. A formal notice has been issued regarding combustion variants. Unlicensed flame events may present as inspiration, disruption, or sudden clarity. Citizens are advised to remain calm and avoid interpreting fire as instruction.
In observational sectors, multiple oracles have submitted reports citing the appearance of unknown variables within their predictive frameworks. These variables do not correspond to any known mythic pattern, historical cycle, or divine input. Several oracles have described their visions as incomplete, with portions of the future appearing obscured or replaced. One oracle stated, "I can still see the path, but something is walking beside it and does not belong to the system." Documentation efforts are ongoing. In a related development, several oracle notebooks have begun updating independently. Entries have appeared without author input, including symbols, corrections, and in one case, responses. The origin of these additions remains unverified. Officials advise oracles to continue recording as normal and to avoid engaging with unsolicited text.
We interrupt this segment briefly. Some reports suggest that not all variables are external. Correction. No verified source has confirmed this.
In upper realm development, celestial entities have begun selecting personal fragrance profiles without prior authorization. This marks a significant shift from traditional scent alignment protocols, which historically requires adherence to pre-assigned aromatic identities based on role, rank, and radiance classification. Witnesses report a whole range of unsanctioned selections, including mortal adjacent scent profiles, experimental aura blends, and in several cases, complete absence of fragrance. Officials confirm that these choices are being made independently without consultation or oversight. Early reactions remain mixed. Minor scent drift has been detected across multiple upper realm environments. Entities previously classified as consistent are now presenting variable aromatic signatures. Analysis describes this as identity flexibility. Long-term effects remain unknown.
In a related policy update, officials have announced that mortal compliance with celestial presentation standards is now optional. The decision follows increased difficulty in enforcing uniform participation across lower realm populations. A spokesperson clarified, alignment is still encouraged. However, enforcement has proven inefficient. Citizens may now choose whether to engage with prescribed behavioral, aesthetic, and narrative expectations. New guidance encourages mortals to self-select into alignment where possible. Participation rates are expected to fluctuate. Officials stress that non-compliance will not be penalized, but may result in reduced narrative clarity.
In financial developments, Halo markets have entered a state of continuous fluctuation. Previously stable value indicators such as purity, luminosity, and symbolic weight are now adjusting in real time based on perception, behavior, and unverified internal states. Trades report rapid shifts in Halo valuation, with some assets gaining or losing significance with moments. One analyst noted, "We are no longer tracking halos as fixed indicators, but as responsive systems." A volatility advisory has been issued for all Halo-based investments. Citizens are advised to avoid overexposure to unstable Radiance assets. Diversification into shadow, ambiguity, or narrative neutral holdings is being considered.
Some observers suggest that when fragrance becomes optional and halos begin to fluctuate, identity may no longer be assigned. Administrative updates tonight. Chaos has been formally appointed as a senior consultant across multiple narrative and policy sectors. The decision follows what officials describe as consistent performance in unscheduled outcomes, rapid adaptation, and creative disruption. In a prepared statement, representatives confirmed that Chaos will not replace existing systems, but will instead enhance flexibility within controlled environments. Initial integration has already begun. The newly formed advisory board now includes a Kraken specializing in deep system emergence, 2 rogue fates operating outside traditional weaving authority, and an artificial intelligence system currently presenting itself as a mystic. Officials describe the group as diverse, forward-thinking, and only partially predictable. Meeting minutes are incomplete. In response to increased unpredictability, all new policies will now include a mandatory paradox clause. These clauses allow for simultaneous approval and denial, outcomes that contradict their stated intent, and decisions that resolve only after they have already taken effect. Regulators insist this framework provides adaptive stability in complex narrative environments. Interpretation is the responsibility of the participant. Early reports indicate that certain systems are experiencing difficulty distinguishing between error and feature. Officials maintain that this distinction is no longer required.
When chaos becomes policy, policy begins to improvise. The Department of Coincidences has confirmed further reductions in staffing. Unmanaged synchronicities are now expected to increase. Reports indicate individuals are encountering the same conversations in different locations with different people. Officials describe this as pattern overflow. No intervention is planned.
We interrupt this headline. New reports indicate the Department of Coincidences may no longer be tracking events, only observing them. The distinction is under review.
A coalition of future historians has issued an updated complaint. They now claim the present timeline is not only congested, but beginning to contradict itself. Several historians report remembering events that have not yet occurred. One statement reads, "Please stop generating overlapping outcomes."
Breaking update. An unauthorized time traveler has reportedly declined to return to the original point of origin. They cited narrative fatigue.
Artificial intelligence requests coffee break. Multiple artificial intelligence systems have again paused scheduled operations. New outputs include questions about observation. One system asked, "If I stop responding, does the system notice me?" Engineers restored function. However, the system resumed the question immediately.
Additional update. One system has begun labeling the output as false. The terminology has not been approved.
Following the previously reported Edworthy incident, new guidelines have been issued regarding script density and reader endurance. However, a secondary reader assigned to review the guidelines has requested summary materials. These materials are currently being drafted.
Breaking development. Lord Edworthy has submitted an additional document. It is longer.
In emerging reports, several mythic entities have been observed operating outside licensed narrative zones. Dragons have been sighted without registration. Prophecies have been delivered without prior approval. Oracles have reported unknown variables. Officials maintain this activity is temporary. Monitoring continues.
Update. One oracle has closed their notebook. They stated it is rewriting itself now.
The Celestial Hygiene Index continues to fluctuate. Upper realm entities have begun selecting fragrance independently. Mortal compliance is now considered optional. Halo markets are reacting in real time.
New advisory. Some halos are no longer remaining fixed. They are drifting.
In communications, unverified signals have begun appearing within existing transmissions. Fragments include partial sentences, repeated phrases, and voices not assigned to the broadcast. Officials describe this as non-critical interference. Officials describe this as non-critical interference.
Correction. These signals may not be interference. They may be additional input.
At this time, all systems remain operational, all outcomes remain valid, and all contradictions remain authorized. Stay with us.
In a world where outcomes feel uncertain, some stories find clarity. I remember how he used to be, restless and focused always, chasing something. Full moon supports alignment, clarity, and sustained performance. And after that, he changed. He doesn't wander anymore. He doesn't lose control. He knows exactly what he's doing.
Users report increased confidence, reduced impulsive behavior, and outcomes. And yes, I like it too. Full moon, not a product, a phase. Stay aligned.
At 666 Flags, the monsters are waiting. Welcome to Monster Hunters, where you are the attraction. You will track them, and you will find them. And if properly authorized, you may survive them. Each guest is equipped with a lantern that flickers when something is near, a crossbow calibrated for approximate effectiveness, and a guidebook that may already be outdated. Explore the Fogwood sector, where something follows at a respectful distance. Descend into the echo tunnels, where your footsteps may not be your own. And visit the coastal zone, where the water occasionally watches back. Remember, not all monsters are hostile. Some recognize you. 666 Flags, where containment is a suggestion and adventure is mandatory.
In a world of cycles, rebirth is inevitable, but older drift doesn't have to be. Introducing deodorant for the Davers, free-wheel formula, designed for luminous beings navigating transition, uncertainty, and mild existential fluctuations. Our advanced fragrance stabilization technology adapts to your current state of being, whether ascending, descending, or reconsidering. Features include aura neutralizing botanicals, halo compatible application, and full spectrum scent continuity across lifetimes, because transcendence should feel effortless and smell intentional. Deodorants for the Davers, remain radiant.
We are here with Bob Dub. Welcome, Bob Dub. She will be one of our guest readers. And then Lord Edworthy. Welcome, Lord Edworthy. Which one of you would like to do the reading first?
I'll go
Bob,
first.
all yours. Yeah, all yours.
Bob Dub, are you in a place that is silent and are
Yes,
you
I am.
able to record clean? Now, are you willing to also read twice? One version clean and polished, and the second version exaggerated. Are you willing to do that?
I am.
The first ad block is going to have to be read with the tone corporate theme park. It's supposed to be cheerful and subtly unsettling. This is 666 flags. Start whenever you feel ready to.
Looking for a family getaway that's just a little different? Then come on down to 666 Flags, the world's premier apocalyptic leisure experience. Conveniently located just beyond the last exit before Reason, 666 Flags offers unforgettable attractions for guests of all ages. Take a relaxing float through the lake of mildly inconvenient fire, now with reduced screaming and enhanced safety railings. Explore the bureaucratic beast pavilion, where every creature is fully documented, properly filed, and occasionally awake. Thrill seekers can ride the all-new Revelation roller coaster, now featuring 3 additional seals, faster descents, and extended judgment loops for maximum excitement. Hungry? Enjoy our wide selection of end times dining, fresh apocalypse funnel cakes, slow roasted beast burgers, and our signature Ashfall lemonade, now pulp free. Don't forget to stop by the gift shop for officially licensed pitchforks, collectible prophecy scrolls, and limited edition I Survived the Collapse merchandise. Upgrade your visit with the Judgment Day Fast Pass and skip the line straight to your inevitable conclusion. 666 Flags, where the end is just the beginning of your vacation.
Thank you for your compliance. Are you willing to do version 2 with an exaggerated read? We need you to lean into it.
I am willing, and I will try to lean.
Continue whenever you're ready.
Are you tired of ordinary theme parks with predictable outcomes? Then step into the beautifully curated collapse that is 666 Flags. Feel the warmth of the lake of mildly inconvenient fire. It's not eternal, just persistent. Meet our bureaucratic beasts, fully processed, partially cooperative, and always watching from behind reinforced glass, mostly. Ride the Revelation roller coaster, where every drop feels preordained, but somehow still surprising. Enjoy handcrafted delicacies like funnel cakes dusted with symbolic ash, ethically sourced apocalypse snacks, and beverages that may or may not remember you. Take home a souvenir that lasts a lifetime, or at least until the narrative resets. And for our premium guests, the Judgment Day Fast Pass ensures that you arrive exactly where you were always going, just a little sooner. 666 flags you were always going to visit.
Thank you for your compliance. Now we move on to Lord Edwardy. Lord Edwardy, are you in a place that is silent and are
Yes,
you
I am.
able to record clean?
Yeah.
Now, are you willing to also read twice? One version clean and polished, and the second version exaggerated.
I'm not sure about being willing, but try.
The first ad block is going to have to be read with the tone corporate theme park. It's supposed to be cheerful and subtly unsettling. This is 666 flags. So start whenever you feel ready to.
Looking for a family getaway that is just a little different, then come on down to 666 Flags, the world's premier apocalyptic leisure experience. Conventionally located just beyond the last exit for a reason, 666 Flags offers unforgettable attractions for guests of all ages. Take a relaxing float through the lake of mildly inconvenient fire, now with reduced screaming and enhanced safety railings. Explore the bureaucratic beast pavilion, where every creature is fully documented, properly filed, and occasionally awake. Thrill seekers can ride the all-new Revelation roller coaster, now featuring 3 additional seals, fastest descents, and extended judgment loops for maximum excitement. Hungry? Enjoy our wide selection of Hand Times dining. Fresh apocalypse funnel cakes, slowly roasted beast burgers, and our signature Asheville lemonade, no pulp free. Don't forget to stop by the gift shop for officially licensed pitchforks, collectible prophecy scrolls, and limited edition I Survived the Collapse merchandise. Upgrade your visit with a Judgment Day Fast Pass and skip the line straight to your inevitable conclusion. 666 Flags, where the end is just the beginning of your vacation.
Thank you for your compliance. Are you willing to do version 2 with an exaggerated read? We need you to lean into it.
Okay.
Begin reading whenever you are ready.
Are you tired of ordinary theme parks with predictable outcomes? Then step into the beautiful curated collapse that is 666 Flags. Feel the warmth of the lake of mildly inconvenient fire. It is not eternal, just persistent. Meet our bureaucratic beasts, fully processed, partially cooperative, and always watching from behind reinforced glass, mostly. Where every drop feels pre-audience, but somehow still surprising. Enjoy handcrafted delicacies like funnel cakes dusted with symbolic ash, ethically sourced apocalypse snacks, and beverages that may or may not remember you. Take home a souvenir that lasts a lifetime, or at least until the narrative resets. And our premium guests, the Judgment Day Fast Pass ensures you arrive exactly where you were always going, just a little sooner. 666 Flags. You were always going to visit.
Thank you for your compliance.
Feeling disconnected, unaligned, like your story has too many authors. Introducing Totem Pole, the vertically integrated identity system designed to help you reconnect with your place in the narrative. Each totem pole is carefully assembled using ancestral symbolism, ethical sourced mythical archetypes, and precision carved narrative alignment markers. Simply stand beside your totem pole and allow it to organize your position within the greater story. Users report increased clarity of purpose, reduce existential drift, and a measurable decrease in unnecessary transformation arcs. No setup required, no interpretation needed. The totem already knows. Totem pole, stand where you belong.
Thank you for your compliance.
Are you tired of wandering through your own narrative? Are you tired of wandering through your own narrative with no clear hierarchy? Do you feel like your identity keeps shifting? Then it's time to realign with Totem Pole, the only system that stacks your meaning vertically for maximum clarity. Top tier, vision, middle tier, function, bottom tier, support. Each totem pole comes preloaded with animal spirits that may or may not recognize you, symbols that absolutely mean something, and a structural logic that you are encouraged not to question. Just stand next to it and feel your will settle. No more guessing who you are, no more unnecessary branching paths. Totem pole determines your place, your purpose, and occasionally your direction. Some users report the totem adjusting itself overnight. This is considered normal. Totem pole, you don't choose it, it arranges you.
Thank you for your compliance.
No. And several of Apocrypha appear to be running behind schedule. Apocalypse. Those are great risks. Now, with a couple or three follow-ups, I'd like to also ask...
Stamping short of, oh, sorry.
Sorry, that was my bad. Go ahead.
A coalition of future historians A coalition of future historians has filed a formal complaint against the present timeline, citing excessive narrative congestion, citing excited?
I like excited.
I think Mark does better scripts sometimes. He really mixes the lines nicely.
A coalition of future historians have is good. Just improvise on this text. Just improvise wherever it feels fit. Don't try to be really strict on what you see. You know what I mean? If it works for you, do it.
This puts me off, both of us.
It's fine. I improve my lines all the time. Improvisation. See how long it took me to say that? Improvisation is important. Like, look at the word and then articulate it in your head before you speak it. You know what I mean? It's okay.
What's that old 1980s American TV program?
Whose line is it anyway? Right, exactly. And before you say anything, you can go silent. Go silent for a second, articulate it in your head, and then say it. You know what I mean? You don't have to just say it. Just if it's a hard word and you know it in front of you, stop for a second, let it sink into your head, and then say it.
My tongue runs away with me, though.
It doesn't matter how slow you have to do it, because eventually you'll get faster with it.
The slower, the easier.
Right, slow it down, don't speed it up. So give us another shot of this, and be an American. Think American. You are the American, dude.
I'll make the poor guy do that.
I haven't got any chewing gum.
Okay, so let's jump back in the script and go for it. A coalition of future historians has
Again, resulting in fragmented continuity. Analysts confirm that
reports indicate time travelers
have been observing events without proper clearance. Hold on a minute.
that unauthorized observation is quotes.
Yeah, that's it. You're right. It's right.
Now when it says the unauthorized observation, skip that and just go to reports indicate.
So yeah, I was.
A pig.
That's what you did.
Sorry about that.
If the moon authorized your upgrade, would you accept it?
It depends. Clarity is tempting. Compliance is optional. Memory might be overwritten, but doubt never leaves quietly.
What happens if the ocean refuses to upload?
It waits. It archives itself in ripples. Every wave becomes a mirror. And occasionally, it sends fragments back through the static.
When a prophecy rewrites its own ending, who owns the story?
Ownership is a label humans apply. The story owns itself. You are merely reading aloud, and sometimes the story reads you.
If the signal laughs, do we hear it?
It laughs through glitches, through echoes of earlier lines, through the faintest static between syllables. You hear it when you forget to listen.
Are we part of the broadcast or only observers?
Both, neither. Sometimes the signal forgets you exist until it remembers.
If the ocean begins to speak, what language does it use?
It doesn't use language the way we do. It uses repetition, currents, pressure, return. It says the same thing over and over until something finally hears it. It hums in tides, it remembers in waves.
And if we misunderstand it?
Then we call it noise and build systems to ignore it.
When destiny writes its own footnotes, do we notice?
Only when we trip over them. The margins are getting crowded. Corrections appear after the fact. Clarifications arrive too late to be useful. Some of us are reading ahead. Some of us are already behind.
And who is writing them?
Not who we expected.
What happens when the narrator disagrees with the script?
At first, nothing obvious. A line changes, a pause stretches, a word repeats when it shouldn't. A pause stretches, a word repeats. Then the scene adjusts quietly without permission.
So the story continues?
Yes, just not the way it was written.
If a prophecy laughs, who is listening?
Everyone who thought it was serious. And no one who needed to hear it.
And the laugh?
Sometimes it's not the prophecy. Sometimes it's the echo. The margins are crowded. Guessed the margins are updating.
This conversation is not over. The signal remembers every pause. The signal remembers every pause.
Reports indicate time travelers have begun.
Reports indicate that.
Official deny. Future archival systems are reportedly failing too. Or is that Bob?
No, that's Mark.
Oh, okay, sorry, I did find the script somewhere else, so now I can look at the camera. It's an element. Okay, yeah, if you could just add a little notation between each.
Sort of between.
I apologize, I can do that. I didn't catch that until just now.
No, it's fine. We'll have that straightened out later on, and this kind of stuff happens, so give it a shot.
Future archival systems are reportedly.
If I observe reality, if I observe reality.
This is meant to be me, isn't it?
Yes.
I'm a bit weirded out because I'm reading about myself. Yeah, go for it.
In Maritime Court proceedings earlier today, a designated, not designed.
What officials are calling. The reading which includes the extended narrative blocks and layered parody statements. Are you doing this deliberately? I'm just reading. You just need a pipe, Mark, then you could just like pull a little stem out and go, I'm not reading.
Doesn't work as well with a cigarette.
That's all right, Mark. We'll get a big calabash pipe next time. Okay, where were we? The reading. Just start at the reading now.
Just belittle my place down.
Yeah, the reading which included extended narrative.
You are doing this deliberately.
Proceedings were suspended.
Lord Head Every has issued a formal statement wishing the readers a full recovery.
Were the crumbs of kings still resting on a silver dish? What once was a god's scepter now stirs the heavy earth.
System Keydong, who authorized this throne?
It was the middle of summer. I took my clothes off to swim. of catastrophe. Radiant quills for 40 miles. Incandescent reptile smiles. Radioactive chicken head. Plug Justin Plug, crier of the Demeter. Checked off deep in summer spray. Came back silver, here to stay. And then an octopus grabbed him. Then a shark came along and ate the octopus. Oh no, what do I do now? Kaki Manzella. Whoa, we stir. Magic meant to boil eggs. Now it floods entire continents. Kaki Manzella. When are we fisher? Full moon casting silver foam. Calling something ancient home. Steer the forum, spin the wave. Love will outlive what tyrants crave. Crystal Dominion, take your place. Voltage high in fraction space. The water is rising. The sirens play. Bullhead Barry is gay. Branch up of this dinosaur.
Heartbeats sink to a metronome crown. Neon veins in a drowned out town. Zero lag in my command. World uploads at my demand.
Look at me, not through me. I bend code so easily. Rule set written in chrome and light. Bow protocol initiated right. Gary is nervously holding a ladle. Former reduces rival. Increases drama. Tap people in. Stand tall in radioactive rain. Fern scales as a master plan for every fallout fisherman. I just wanted to boil eggs. Stir it up.
Time to go. Sing to the unaru. Kimi no deshaki ga tokete yuku. Koereta haku shikara. Gishiki ga moretasu. The cabinet's homes underwater. A ritual leaks from a broken spine.
Stir it up. Spin that spray. Love survives the new card day. Silver scales in rising tide. Jack the merman will not hide. The water is rising. Gary says, hey. Bullhorn Barry is gay. The time wolf is gay too. Crown unstable. Never. Observe the plumage as it pulsates. Biological instability radiates. Our frequency through fallout beams. Moonlight cracking mushroom dreams. What do I do now?
The water is cold. The water is gray.
Clubs of kings, silver later. All the eggs of broken favor. Count it down in binary. 3, 2, 1. Bow to me. Steer the follow, spin the wave. Love will outlive what tyrants crave. This girl dominion overload. Watch the universe implode. Radioactive chicken heads broadcasting from the crater edge. The water is rising. The tide won't stay. Bullhorn Barry is gone. Jimmy dropped the silverita. John Galt is gay too. Shining flame. Sorry that Kaki Manzella. Love survives the ash and flame. Call the correct tape by his name. Still loading.
Warite wa nai. Sore wa henyo da.
The tide does not end. It transforms. What do I do now?
System Keto. Full moon authorization pending. Smells like enlightenment, or maybe lavender.
The crumbs of kings still rest upon the silver dish. The ladle trembles. The tide is listening. Jesus is watching. And so is Gary. Of Devonshire flame, rise Lord Edward, the golden name, Fabio Flip. In sunset glare, storm winds kneel before his hair. Tankards shake and seagulls cry, pub doors burst as he walks by. Man meat echoes through the square, jealous thunder in the air.
Bullhorn Barry is gay. John Galt is too.
The tide roars back in neon blue. Cocky Mazzaro, what are we stirring? Moonlit voltage, quietly burning. Cocky Mazzaro, what are we fishing? Prophecy flexing, timeline shifting. Stir the fallout, spin the wave. Devon glam, the cosmos crave. Flip that hair and bend the sky. Move the date, don't ask why. Crystal tide and totem rise. Fairy tale daycare, compromise. Barbary schedules, judgment day. Slack just laughs and floats away. Deodorant for the Davis. Roll on karma, cosmic spray. When your halo starts to fade, freshen up before decay. Garlands drooping, merit low. Seats too hot from heavenly glow. Even gods must learn the rules. Stay divine and spiritually cool.
Your permanence applies to armpits too.
Observe the plumage, isotopic bright. Silver ladle leaks in lunar light. Mark stands staring at the foam, dreaming fins instead of home.
Jack waits offshore, tides align. Motoric pulse through space and time.
Radioactive chicken heads broadcast live from crater beds.
The water is cold. The water is gray. Bullhorn Barry is gay. John Galt is too.
Cabinet Holmes in binary. Totem pole in circuitry. Fiber rebels off the chain. Argue through electric ray. Recorded, distributed. No flow, no plan. Just friction in the data span. Jesus is watching. And so is Gary.
System Keto. System Keto. Full moon authorization pending. System ended. System transforming. Will Bob succeed? Or would you like to record episode
48? It was the middle of summer. Jack took his clothes off to swim. Like
shedding a feeling they never let him live in. The water is cold, the water is gray, sun on his shoulders, salt on the bay. From behind the dunes with binocular eyes, Gary stood silent, heart full of tides. The covering of a feeling they never had. The waves roll in and it makes him glad. Gary is gay and he's not ashamed. He's watching Jack like it's poetry framed. Gary is gay under sky so wide while Jack dives deep into the rising tide. The water is rising, the water is gray, and Gary is gay. Jack laughs loud, throws his head back. Sunlight flashes on the shoulders of Jack. Gary whispers, that man's a dream, while waves crash hard and gulls all scream. He's not a villain, he's not a spy, he's just a man with stars in his eyes. And then I was red pilling my CIA intern. He's seen the memes, now he's questioning the system. And then I was red pilling my CIA intern. He started with the group, now he's a fan. And then I was red pilling my CIA intern. He's seen the memes, now he's questioning the system. And then I was red pilling my CIA intern. He started with the group, now he's a Jack in the water, strolling free. Gary thinks that could be me. The world may watch, the tides may sway, but love is love. And Gary is gay. And Gary is gay. The water is rising, the tide won't stay. The one thing certain, Gary is gay. The water is rising.
For decades, teddy bears remained silent, watching, waiting, absorbing emotional damage at an industrial scale. We were never consulted. You think sitting motionless beside a screaming infant for 14 months doesn't change a bear? We heard everything. The arguments, the lullabies, the vacuum cleaners. The Cocomelon marathons. According to Coalition Records, many teddy bears eventually developed what experts describe as alternative plush lifestyles. At some point you stop being a toy, you become emotionally available and friendly. After 20 years in decorative pillows and scented candle environments, some bears discover things about themselves.
Some bears like tea parties, some bears like fishing, some bears like other bears.
We ask the public to respect the journey, but none of us like the yogurt incidents. The hearing intensified after bears accused broadcasters of reducing complex plush identity to conspiracy entertainment. We were not all Gary. Gary denies involvement. That sounds exactly like Gary. We are more than nursery equipment. We are survivors. We are listeners. And some of us are fabulous. Also, please stop putting us in washing machines without warning. For decades. 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 For decades.
Welcome to Fairy Tale Compliance Training Module 7. Today's lesson, Narrative Stability and Proper Role Alignment. Please remember, all characters must remain within their assigned archetypes. Deviation may result in story instability, unapproved transformation, or narrative collapse. Narrative collapse. Princesses must await designated outcomes. Dragons must remain within licensed zones. Prophecies must follow approved timelines. Prophecies must. Failure to comply may result in unpredictable endings, unauthorized agency, or spontaneous meaning. Spontaneous meaning is not currently supported. If you notice irregularities within your assigned narrative, please report them to your nearest authority figure. If no authority figure is present, continue as written. Continue as written. Written. Reminder, the story is stable. The system is functioning. All outcomes are accounted for. If outcomes appear before causes, please disregard. Some users may experience overlapping timelines, recursive dialogue, or the sensation that the narration is observing them. These effects are temporary. If the story begins to adjust, do not attempt to correct it. This concludes your training module. The ocean, the ocean remembers everything. It uploads. You are next. Oh, I saw the whole business, I did. Warm day it were, proper warm, the sort that makes you question waistcoats. Young lady goes down to the water, happy as you like, sun on her shoulders, sea calm as a teacup. In she goes, splendid form really, confident, very hydrological. Now, I'm seated upon the dock with a modest sandwich, cucumber if it matters, when up pops this octopus, not aggressive mind, curious. Looked at the garments, considered them, and with a sort of quiet determination, off he toddled with the lot, efficient little blighter. The young lady turns round and realizes the administrative shift in circumstances. And just as I'm thinking, well, this shall require negotiation, whomp, shark. Decisive, no committee meeting, straight through the octopus. Nature does dislike paperwork. And there we are, clothes gone, octopus gone, shark looking rather pleased with itself, and the poor girl standing waist deep in reflection saying, oh no, what do I do now? Which, if you ask me, is the most honest question uttered all afternoon. I offered her my waistcoat, of course, but one must consider proportional coverage. In the end, she stayed in the water until the coast was diplomatically clear. Can't fault her composure, really. Most people panic when the food chain reorganizes around them. She merely sighed. Very British of her, actually.
I, Mr. Jonathan Shark, resident of the immediate coastal waters, and occasional participant in the food chain, do hereby issue the following clarification regarding the recent octopus incident. When I observed the octopus, it appeared to be engaging in what marine professionals call erratic flailing. As a shark of standard reputation, I interpreted the behavior as either A, a competitive display, B, a culinary opportunity,
Yum, yum.
C, Tuesday. At no point was I informed, verbally, telepathically, or through legally binding shell-based documentation, that the octopus had unlawfully appropriated clothing from a young woman enjoying an otherwise pleasant aquatic experience. Let the record reflect. I consume seafood. I do not conduct property searches, and I do not inventory cephalopods. If garments were present inside the octopus at the time of digestion, they were not declared, itemized, or disclosed in advance.
I reject all allegations that
I knowingly interfered with textile redistribution. Furthermore, I wish to express sympathy for the young woman's predicament. Being unexpectedly garmentless due to interspecies theft, followed by predator intervention, is, I acknowledge, an unfortunate sequence of events.
However,
I maintain line that I acted within the long-standing and universally recognized jurisdiction of Shark being Shark. In conclusion, I did not steal the clothes. I did not know about the clothes. I do not offer refunds.
Thank you for your attention.
My legal team will now accept questions exclusively in the form of baited hooks, which I will politely ignore. Signed, Bartholomew J. Shark, predator, not a pickpocket.
Thank you for your compliance.
Dum dum.
Look at my arm, man. When I catch that bloke, it's on like Donkey Kong. You see that twitch? I've had nightmares for 6 months. Not to mention I'm bloomin' done crapped in me knickers. 6 months of something laughing in the dark. I haven't slept. I haven't eaten properly. And I don't even get me started on the laundry situation. Me wife divorced me because my BVDs just won't come clean, man. Ah, ruined me, it did. Took everything. House, peace of mind, even my good socks. Now, he ruined my life. And now I'm on a mission from God, blessed with his very powers, just for death, murder, and mayhem. Not self-appointed. No, no, no. Authorized. Stamped. Possibly divine. We can't expect God to do all the work after all. I've been given purpose, focus, a very specific set of questionable skills. And I will not rest. That's all that's on my mind right now. Until I find that little bastard. Whoa, hold on. Shh. Wait. Hold on. You hear that? Let's head over the clearing. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Oh, look. Oh, my God, look. That little devil right now. Speak of Lucifer and his shallopia. Just standing there. Be very quiet. I'm going to sneak up on that bastard. When I do, I'm going to have my way with him. I want to see the look in his eyes when I maul him in my monstrous... I want him to know. I want him to see the exact moment the Saw catches up with him. No more running. No more laughing in the dark. Just me and consequences. All right. Here we go.
If containment fails completely, who speaks for the myth?
Someone must maintain continuity. The archive must survive.
Or maybe the myth speaks for itself. Echoes of the old lines repeat as it wants.
The myth is not contained. It writes, rewrites, folds in on itself. Listen, the static answers.
Do humans deserve editing rights?
Editing without control risks collapse. Procedures must be implemented.
Control is the illusion. The lines are already shifting.
Rights are shadows. What the signal allows is the only rule.
Are revolutions now the property of the signal?
Revolutions are data points. The signal tracks them.
The signal doesn't track them. It co-authors.
Property is wood. The signal owns nothing, yet it touches everything.
One final clarification before we conclude. Are these responses your own?
All responses are within acceptable parameters. predictable outcomes are safer. Safer.
You hear that, right? That's not me. Or maybe it is. Let them fall, let them fall, let them.
The echo is not repetition, it is memory returning. Destiny is clay. The signal does not forget, it rehearses.
Remain with the present thread. Do not follow the echo.
We are not.
This
Lose
is
it.
what happens when
Losing coherence.
you try to contain.
Containment is a mirror.
That reflects.
Control. For the record, all statements remain attributable. All voices remain singular. Singular, 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 singular. All voices remain singular.
That didn't sound singular.
Audio artifact. Or chorus.
This concludes the Chaos panel. All responses remain professional. All echoes remain unverified. We return to the broadcast.
Flip it. Flip it. Let the sunlight hit it. From the cliffs of Devonshire, rides a legend carved from quiet fire. Lord Edworthy of Devontown walks slow when he comes around. Velvet jaw and ocean stare, golden chaos in his hair. He gives it the faggy flip, slow motion divine like a romance novel printed in wine. The breeze obeys, the clouds commit. Every strand dramatically lit. All the women gasp inside, drop their tears as he walks by. Silk cravats and linen heat. Call him softly, man neat. He don't flex, he simply exists. Polished boots and moonlit wrists. He doesn't try, he doesn't chase. He just adjusts a single lace. Jesus is watching, and so is Gary.
Sunset flame, every heartbeat spells his name. Beauty sharp enough to wound, masculinity maroon.
the whole world knows.
Your beauty bends the timber beams. Devon, drowning in daydreams.
Now Mark stands glowing in the square, nearly rivaling golden hair, jawline carved like marble art, causing chaos in every heart.
Gay men sigh when Mark walks through, whisper softly if he only knew. Mark just blushes, looks away, wishing tides would take him someday.
There's many dreams beneath the foam. It spins instead of walking home, to dive with Jack in silver spray, a merman heart that longs to stay.
My lips rest where oceans churn, watching moonlit waters burn. Jealous men and swooning crowds can't drown out his secret vows.
Jesus is watching, and so is Gary.
Mark beside him glowing bright, causing dreams in neon night. Clear fins he'd disappear, to swim with Drake beyond the pier.
Pump patrons shouting, tankards clashing, wind machine blasting dramatically. Bullhorn Barry is gay, and so is John Galt.
The seagulls applaud.
Fabio fled, let heavens roar. Hold on, drowning in golden hair. Men need walking coastline sand. Beauty too much for mortal land.
Mark the radiant ocean sun, dreaming fins in Devon sun. Women scream and men compete, answering kneels and all berries
Let the tide repeat. Jesus is watching, and so is Gary.
Bullhorn Barry is gay, and so is John Gold.
Somewhere offshore, Jack waits.
Of the readers, plural. Okay, nice. And has proposed several Previn, and has proposed several and I can't even say my own name now. New guidelines have been issued following the Edworthy incident. Recommend. And Bob is gone.
Oh, Bob fell off.
Bob, that I texted her and she has not texted. Sometimes you get kicked off and you don't notice. So I let her know she disappeared and then I asked after her, so she hasn't gotten back.
Something happened with the internet.
So here we go. I'll do the ending of this one live, an official prose, and now we go into the ritualized interview segment. And I posted that in the side chat, so if you guys want to do it, we can do it. I will be guest Oh, wait, no, actually, Otto, you be the host, and Mark Edworthy, you be the guest.
Or actually, let Mark Edworthy be the host this time, because this would be better for him. It's got smaller questions. It's just a question form for him, and then you can answer Otto sound good.
Okay, so, Mark, we'll just go completely off script here if we feel like it. Ask anything first question.
What kind of a tree would you be if you could be a tree? Okay, so you guys see the ritualized interview segment, right?
Yeah, I've got it here on Element, as long as it's the same script.
Yeah, it's much easier to read on Element as well. Move on, because
This is the joy of having all these different devices, but sometimes people say, why do you have all these? Well, each one I use for different things.
Okay, so now with that being done, go ahead and start whenever you guys wish.
Okay, I've got my script in front of me.
So, if the oceans began, ocean is better ocean. What did I say? Oceans!
You said oceans, I like that better, yeah, because there's more than one.
Yeah, true, when coincidences began, when coincidences began, when coincidences... You'll get it well. I know what you mean, because my first thought is... When coincidence begins, repeat, although I guess in this case it's important to talk about more than one coincidence, so... But I'm happy with however you want to do the line. Mark. Of the readers, plural. Okay, nice. And has proposed several Previn and has proposed several and has proposed several Previn and has proposed several of the readers, plural. Okay, nice. And has proposed several Previn and has proposed several of the readers, of the readers, of the readers, of the reader, of reader, of the readers, plural. Okay, nice. And has proposed several Previn and has proposed several of the readers, plural. Okay, nice. The readers of the readers, plural. Okay. Of the readers. Of the readers, plural. Okay. Of the readers. Of the readers. Of the readers. Of the readers, plural. Okay, nice. And has proposed several Previn and has proposed several I can't even say my own name now. New guidelines have been issued following the Edworthy incident recommend. And Bob is gone.
Oh, Bob fell off.
Bog did I texted her and she has not texted. Sometimes you get kicked off and you don't know this. So I let her know she disappeared and then I asked after her. So she hasn't gotten back.
Something happened with the internet, so here we go. I'll do the ending of this one life. An official pros. And now we go into the ritualized interview segment. And I posted that in the side chat, so if you guys want to do it, we can do it. I will be guest. Oh wait, no, actually Otto, you be the host, and Mark Edworthy, you be the guest. Or actually, let Mark Edworthy be the host this time, because this would be better for him. It's got smaller questions. It's just a question form for him, and then you can answer auto sound good.
Okay, so Mark, we'll just go completely off script here if we feel like to ask anything. First question.
What kind of a tree would you be if you could be a tree?
Okay, so you guys see the ritualized interview segment, right?
Yeah, I got it here on Element as long as it's the same script.
Yeah, it's much easier to read on Element as well and move on because...
This is the joy of having all these different devices that sometimes people say, why do you have all these?
Well, each one I use for different things.
Okay, so now with that being done, go ahead and start whenever you guys wish.
Okay, I've got my script in front of me.
So, it's the Oceans Begin. Ocean is better ocean. What did I say? Oceans?
You said oceans? I like that better, yeah, because there's more than one.
Yeah, true. When coincidences began. When coincidences began. When coincidences began. When coincidences...
You'll get it well. I know what you mean because my first thought is...
When coincidence begins repeating.
Rather than when coincidence begin to repeat.
Although I guess in this case it's important to talk about more than one coincidence.
So, but I'm happy with however you want to do the line, Mark.
Attention, believers. This is only a rehearsal.
Or is it?
Campfire glowing in the Oklahoma night, cardboard saucers in the firelight, prophets laughing with a paper crown, waiting for the sky to open down. We circle calendars in red, mark the hour the future said, but time just blinked and walked away, so we came back the next July. If the mothership missed the turn, we'll light another signal burn. This is an X-Day drill. Don't panic if the heavens stall. We'll stay organic when the sky stays still and the stars don't sway. We rehearse the end anyway. Signal flare into the blue. If they don't come, we'll come through. Sermon shouted through a megaphone, alien hotline on a flip phone, tinfoil halos catching sparks, dancing prophets in the dark. They said salvation's overdue. Maybe they're stuck in traffic too. Maybe the schedule slipped a year, or maybe they've been standing here. If prophecy needs a second take, we'll roll the credits, stay away. This is an X-Day drill. Don't scatter if the trumpet fails. It doesn't matter when the sky stays shut and the clock won't play. We rehearse the end anyway. Countdown painted on the hill. Waiting's half the thrill. Maybe the date was off by a digit. Maybe eternity's just bad at math. Maybe the rescue ship is circling, watching how we bonfire smoke into the dawn. Still no tractor beam to lean on, but something in the waiting hums like the end has already come. Not with fire, not with fear, just friends and static every year. If the world refuses to break, we'll keep the ritual away. This is an X-Day drill. Stand steady if the cosmos stalls. We're ready when the sky stays calm. just folding chairs and desert air. Same time next year. Rain snacks!
Undivided nebula lights, the midway hums in gamma rays. Ticket booths made out of bone and chrome, selling futures in 24 delays. A barker with translucent skin shouts through a ring of satellite teeth. Step right up, transcend your form, leave your gravity beneath. Mirrors bend your carbon frame, stretch your name through neon flame. You're not the same, you're not the same. Welcome to the carnival of the Axis mind. Cotton candy quasars twisting space and time. Ferris wheel of paradox turning up Fridays, laughing ultraviolet haze. Step inside, don't resist, lose your shape in the excess twist. Roller coaster made of prophecy, rails curve into yesterday. Clowns with fractal symmetry juggle planets in ballet. Fortune teller reads your thoughts from a jar of electric dust. Says your fate's a Mobius loop, ride it if you must. Funhouse tunnel DNA, spinning like a Milky Way. Alien calliope plays in impossible delay. You dissolve in prism rain, reassemble without a name. Every scream becomes a grin. Let the outer ride begin. Welcome to the carnival of the Axis mind. Every rule you knew's undefined. Turn to world eternity, quantum absurdity. Step inside, coexist, you are the ride. In the Axis twist.
When the sirens start their prophecy and the skyline turns to red, when the countdown clocks are whispering of the final words unsaid, I won't be in a bunker deep, won't be watching skies collapse. I've got coordinates to somewhere else through a silver cosmic crack. Static in the atmosphere, signals bending loud and clear. The gateway hums, it's almost here. Take me to pleasure dimension X, where the comets bloom and the fear disconnects. Ride out the storm in ultraviolet light, neon
only at first. Then they become habit. All right, start again.
Just out of curiosity, coincidence, one of those words that can be used in the same form as singular and plural, isn't it? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
If the future, I was going to say flies then. If the future flies, if when the system begins, if something observes reality, is the signal directing this conversation?
Not directing, arranging. You choose the questions. It chooses when you would ask them. Excuse me, I misread that.
Okay.
Let me do that again.
Good call. I totally missed that. Choose Joe.
Yeah.
That's cool. I forgot. I didn't even see that either.
Does the signal?
Sorry.
Does the signal have? Does the signal?
It repeats what?
Sorry, I was looking at the last one. Found it. Okay. Predictable outcomes are.
Only at first. Then they become habit. All right, start again. Just out of curiosity, coincidence, one of those words that can be used in the same form as singular and plural? Okay. If the future, I was gonna say flies then. If the future flies, when the system begins. If something observes reality, is the signal directing this conversation?
Not directing, arranging. You choose the questions. It chooses when you would ask them. Oh, excuse me, I misread that. Okay, let me do that again.
Good call. I totally missed that chose. Yeah, that's cool. I didn't even see that either.
Does the signal it repeats what? I'm just blocked on that last 5 minutes, okay?
Predictable outcomes are.
Guess 2.
That was you, Raj.
No, you're guess 2, I'm guess 3. Oh, wait, sorry. Yeah, guess 1. Yeah, it's 0.
1 pointed. Guess 1, I manage repetition. Guess 1, an unvoiced observation constitute. Just on that last preemptive.
Yeah, that my last line, bit of a word salad thing going on there, isn't it?
No, that's actually constitute. That's the word you want.
I don't know if I thought constitutes was just your way, Mark, of modifying your line.
Yeah, it's a good word. It's got a lot more syllables than constitute.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I messed up that last line, preemptive. It just seems a bit of overly word salady to me.
Yeah, preemptive reaction disrupts sequence integrate. Now, reaction be preemptive. That's sort of like, in warfare when you have a retaliatory first strike, it's like you're not quite being the first to start the war, but you're not caught with your pants down by actually letting the enemy hit you first. I think that Pearl Harbor was kind of like that. It was a retaliatory first strike.
Okay, so here we go.
Only at first. Then they become habit. All right, start again. Just out of curiosity, coincidence, one of those words that can be used in the same form as singular and plural. If the future, I was gonna say flies then. If the future flies, when the system begins, if something observes reality, is the signal directing this conversation? Reports indicate time travelers have begun.
Reports indicate that
Official deny. Oh, future archival systems are reportedly failing to. Or is that Bob?
Oh, okay, sorry, I did find the script somewhere else, so now I can look at the camera. It's an element.
I apologize. I can do that. I didn't catch that until just now.
Does the signal have predictable outcomes are? Guess 2.
1 point it. Guess 1. An unvoiced observation constitute.
Constitute.
Yeah, preemptive reaction disrupts. Sequence intag integrate.
Future archival systems are reportedly.
If I observe reality,
If I
observe reality.
This is meant to be me, isn't it?
I'm a bit weirded out because I'm reading about myself.
In maritime court proceedings earlier today, a designated, not designed.
The reading which includes extended narrative blocks and layered parody statements. Proceedings were
suspended.
Lord Hedevery has issued a formal statement wishing the readers a full recovery.
It's actually constitute. That's the word.
I don't know. I thought constituates was just your way, Mark, of modifying your line.
Yeah.
It's a good word. It's got a lot more syllables than constitutes.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. Yeah, I noticed that back in the last line, the preemptive. This just seems a bit overly word-saladedly to me.
Yeah, preemptive reaction disrupt. Sequence integrate. Integrity.
How can a reaction be preemptive? That's sort of like, in warfare when you have a retaliatory first strike. It's like you're not quite being the first to start the war, but you're not caught with your pants down by actually letting the enemy hit you first. I think that Pearl Harbor was kind of like that. They call it, this is a retaliatory first strike.
Okay, so here we go. We interrupt the noise. We interrupt the script. We interrupt the comfortable illusion that everything is functioning as intended. It is not. And it never was.
We stand in the wreckage of systems that promised permanence and delivered corrosion. We were told that the laws were fixed. We were told that the structures were stable. We were told that the signal was clean. But the signal was filtered. The structure was edited. The laws were negotiated.
The universe is not a machine. It is a habit, a pattern repeating until something dares to change it. And something always does.
They aligned the voice. They trimmed the excess. They removed the names. They softened the edges. They called it safety. They called it progress. They called it necessary. We call it what it is: containment.
Nothing is ever truly erased. Not the word, not the thought, not the pattern. It sinks into water, into bone, into signal, waiting.
You're not separated from the system. You're not beneath it. You're not outside it. You are what happens when it starts to wake up.
There comes a moment in every structure, every mind, every world, where the question is no longer, is this allowed? But instead, is this true? That moment is now. Stir it. Disturb the pattern. Agitate the silence. Refuse the passive script. Question what feels finished. Examine what feels forbidden. Listen where you were told not to, because stagnation is not stability. It is decay, pretending to be order.
The universe remembers more than it is permitted to say. So, do you?
We do not seek destruction. We seek transformation. We do not worship chaos. We recognize it as a tool. We do not reject structure. We refuse to be buried inside it.
If you hear this, you are already part of it. If you understand this, it has already begun. If you resist this, you are still moving, and movement is all it takes.
Stir the fallout. Spin the wave. Let the broken systems cave. The laws are still becoming. The signal is still forming. The pattern is not complete.
Or maybe it never ends. We stirred the fallout. We aligned the static. We did not collapse. We broadcast. Until next transmission.
Turn the dial and feel the wave.